I'm Louise Devenish. I'm here for First Dibs, and we're looking at neoclassical ornaments at Mallet on Madison Avenue. The first thing I've chosen to show you this afternoon are this wonderful pair of chestnut holders. These little urns were made in the early 19th century of rolled pewter, and we call rolled pewter tollware, T-O-L-E. And because it was made of pewter, you could put hot chestnuts in here from the fireplace and serve them on your dining table. And the chestnuts came from Spain. They were wonderful, juicy, big, plump chestnuts. If you notice, the handles on these have little lion's heads, and that's usually a giveaway to it being Regency. The Regency period is just another period of classicism in America. The tops of these have little finials, and they are japanned or painted. They're painted with wonderful little chinoiserie scenes. So chinoiserie is something that's done by European people and not by Asian people in imitation of Asian decoration. One of the things I've chosen for you to look at with a neoclassical feel are these wonderful Wedgwood urns. You see that they're blue and white, and they have gold finials, pineapple finials, a welcoming emblem with these wonderful classical heads on the side and the beading. All of these elements, the classical heads and the beading and the swags in particular, are elements we've borrowed from ancient Rome and ancient Greece. And the very fact that they're in pale blue and white is in imitation of ancient Roman glass, which is what we call cameo glass. And so when Flaxman and William Hamilton got together, they introduced this idea of cameo glass to Mr. Wedgwood. And he thought of making these fabulous urns and many other pieces, I'm sure you have them in your collection, of a very special composition of ceramic, very, very, very fine. So these are Wedgwood urns from the 18th century with a beautiful beading, which is a decoration that they've used since the beginning of time. This little beading around the bottom, and we have a continuous border of pendant bellflowers. Pendant bellflowers are flowers that look a little bit like the lotus blossom. In America, we might call those pendant husks, but in Europe, we would call them pendant bellflowers, but here they're all tied together in a continuous border. We're at Mallet today on Madison Avenue, and we're looking at a very, very rare pair of oil lamps, 18th century oil lamps, but in imitation of oil lamps from the 1st century AD. These oil lamps are made of polished bronze, has a wonderful, wonderful patina, and ormolu. Ormolu is copper and tin that is mixed together, and then gold is put in and mercury, and they're fired, and the mercury evaporates and leaves the gold sticking to the bronze. You can see here these wonderful flames coming out of these urns. And they're also what we call cassolettes. It means that besides being ornaments, you can use them to put candles in. So this one goes like that, and you just put your candle in, and this one goes like that. These are evidently French. They're on a red marble base. They have beautiful beading around them and a canthus leaf, a very special leaf that you find in ornamentation throughout history. Acanthus leaves were probably like leaves that grew wild on the shores of the Mediterranean. Has a nice spiky edge to it. These wonderful griffins, these guardians of the houses, are taking care of these lamps and the owners of these homes. I'm Louise Devenish for FirstDibs.com. I look forward to seeing you again.